Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can Fly. Allow me to introduce you to November 1541 Charlie. Chef's kiss.
Oh my God, Russ can fly.
All right, so I thought in this video what I would do is actually, do a walk around, kind of introduce you to the airplane. You've seen a couple of like flying videos already, but we really haven't gotten into like really looking at the airplane, going around it, and me talking about some characteristics. Now, here's one of the things I want to tell you. So I'm going to do a deep dive on all the numbers. I'm going to tell you what I paid for it, how much it costs to do the pre-buy inspection, fuel costs, insurance costs, how much it costs for this hangar. Everything is going to be completely transparent, but that's going to be in the members only section. So if you are interested in hearing about all of the different numbers, that I just talked about, definitely think about becoming a channel member. Now, you may be saying, well, Russ, why do we have to pay for that information? Why aren't you going to just put that out in your regular videos? Well, you know as well as I do that in this YouTube space, there's plenty of people who have plenty of opinions, and that's fine. I've even picked up a troll or two, which is fine. But for that kind of discussion, if people want to give feedback, I want it to be helpful and constructive. So it's just a way of filtering out people who just want to come in and just say stupid stuff, and I just don't really want to, have to deal with that. And for all you folks who are already members, thank you so much. It's definitely appreciated. Okay, so without further ado, let's go over and talk about 1541 Charlie. This aircraft is awesome. So gonna start on the outside, and we'll do it almost like we're doing a pre-flight inspection. So we'll start here. I don't, believe it or not, I don't have my key with me. I came out here just to clean up the airplane after flying from Texas. But in here, there's a baggage door. You can see there's a step. The airplane has the old school Hershey bar wing, and you can see the past owner really kept this plane in ridiculous condition. And so has LED lights all around in both wings, and of course there's these these are LED lights as well. Plane has tip tanks. Each tip tank holds 17 gallons of fuel. That tip tank is full, and then it has 25-gallon main tanks here. That's also full. I did go fly and got some gas, and so the thing that I want to show you is really cool, that really makes it really stand out, that a lot of people have already commented on, are these. See down there? These are called wheel pants. And so you can see there's one on the front landing gear, and of course on each of the landing gear, both back. Really what that does is, it really does help with the aerodynamic properties of the plane, but also it just looks awesome. And everybody who has seen these wheel pans have commented on just how awesome this really is. Okay, so this Cherokee 235, it has a 6-cylinder motor. So that's what makes it different from all of the other aircraft that you see me fly. All of the other airplanes that I've flown, both the Cessnas and the Pipers, the Piper Warrior, the Piper Archer, they all had 4 cylinders. This has 6. And the highest RPM, the highest horsepower that I flew prior to this airplane was 180 horsepower. This says Cherokee 235 because it has 235 horsepower. So yes, I did have to get my high performance endorsement, which I now have. And thank you, brother Orlando, for that. And after all of that flight time, I was able to get my high performance endorsement. But this baby cooks. 235 horsepower, burns about 14 gallons an hour. Yep, a little thirstier than I'm used to. Most of the airplanes that I was flying between 7 and 9, but when we were coming back, we were doing about 2 we were doing about 135 knots, something like that. Basically 154 miles per hour. That's the fastest I've ever flown. Now, one thing about this prop, it's a fixed pitch like every other airplane that I've flown. A lot of the other airplanes that were built of this variety, the Piper Cherokee 235, they have what's called a constant speed prop. You've seen me fly that with Big E in that Piper Arrow, and with the Good Doctor in the in the Cessna 182. And as we come around here, same thing. Another main tank, B, it likes the wax that I put on there. Star horn, light, tip tank, Hershey bar wing. And you know, Brother Terry, the previous owner, I mean, he just really did a great job of, you know, keeping this paint. Check this out. See how amazing that paint is? I mean, it just glistens and it's just really clean. You would never know that this airplane is 1964. Beautiful. And so as we come to the back here, you see the Piper Cherokee 235. Again, nice paint. Now, you might be seeing little dings and, you know, things like that in the paint. Those are things that I could definitely get fixed. No problem. Actually, Brother Terry was really thinking about it. But you know, he decided that, you know, he's gonna give it to me. Well, not give it to me, but you know what I mean. But, you know, that Charlie was coming with me, so, you know, I can take care of that. In the back, that beacon is also LED. And yeah, so you can see she's beautiful. And this is the shot from down below, and you see those brand new wheel chocks that I just got. Yeah, I got a lot to learn, a lot to get, all of that kind of stuff. All right, so now let's go inside. This is where the magic happens, of course. So of course it's got this step up here, and then of course the handhold here. So little step up there, handhold there, and then that's the runner. Now I tell people, never step on the flap, just want to step on the wing, and you come on up. And just like all the other Pipers, door opens like so. Now that's probably gonna be hot in here, so let me get myself situated. So let's start in the back. Open this up a little bit here. So the first thing you see is Charlie! Charlie! And you're gonna continue to see that. Now, so one of the things I will say is that, you know, when I was talking to Mr. Terry and I was talking about buying the airplane, and he asked me, hey, are you gonna change the name? And it's interesting because here's one of the things that was really interesting. If I did want to change the name, I would have had to take that from the back. But also, you see down here, there are Charlie floor mats. So I just said to myself, there's no reason to change the name. It's appropriate. The tail number, you know, is 1541 Charlie. So no, she's Charlie. She will be Charlie until the end of time. So she remains to be Charlie. So yeah, so these are the back seats, and you can see nice leather, very well put together. And you know, not a whole lot of leg room down there, but enough, and definitely comfortable. Fire extinguisher, definitely a must and important. And so I'm sitting in the passenger seat. Well, not the passenger seat, but basically the right seat, or will be the first officer. So what do we have in terms of avionics? And as you can see, I still got a lot of my junk in here because now I don't have to take stuff out. So if I understand correctly, this is a Garmin GTN 650. And I forget what this Navcom is called. But this is one So one comm is the GTN, and then my second comm is down here. So I have two comms that I can dial in, which is pretty cool. Then I have this transponder. This thing here, wow, amazing. We're going to talk more about this, but this is a GFC 500 autopilot, I believe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did you hear me say, oh my gosh? This autopilot is just crazy bananas. All right, so this instrument here is a JPI. I don't know if it's a 500, 600. I don't know the numbers yet. Please forgive me, I'm still figuring this out. But this is basically an engine monitor. This allows me to figure out the engine temperature, cylinder head temperatures, exhaust gas temperatures, and that really plays out fantastically when I'm trying to figure out how much to lean and all that kind of stuff. These are called dual Garmin G5s. One does, attitude indicator, that kind of stuff, vertical speed, blah blah blah, and then this will do like the VORs and all this kind of stuff. So this takes the place of those attitude indicators that you would see in the other airplanes that were basically like these steam gauges here. So these are like backups I can still use. I'm actually still kind of using these a little bit more than I should. Probably should start covering these and really start depending on the G5s. But yeah, as you can see, amazing avionics. And that was the one reason why, and the members, you'll hear about, what I paid for the airplane and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, that was one of the reasons amongst many, that I was willing to pay what I paid. Yeah, I mean, who wants to pay anything? I would have liked to have gotten it for free. But yeah, it's just amazing. It's just really amazing. All right, so let's continue. So all of this other switches over here. This is your battery master, and like collision light, nav lights, landing light, and wing lights. Instrument panel to turn those up. Pitot heat, fuel pump, primer, and these are all of the circuit breakers. And then down here you got the mixture, cabin heat, defrost, and cabin vent. Yeah. So, and then of course that's where the headphones go and whatnot. So that's the inside. Now, one of the things that is different in this airplane is this pitch trim, is this crank here. Usually the pitch trim I'm used to flying is like down in here. But this also does have an electric trim, which I'm getting used to. This button is to disengage the autopilot, and then this is my push to talk. And then one of the things that you look at is this is called the headliner, and you look to see like how clean this is, and if there's any damage. And you've seen little Sammy, and this like these little side liners and stuff, just absolutely amazing. One of the things that's kind of interesting is you won't hear me say heels to the floor too much anymore, because this does not have toe brakes. So one of the things, the reason why you'd hear me say heels to the floor is that in other aircraft that I've rented and flown, the brakes were at the top of the foot pedals. And so to make sure that you're not on the brakes when you're on takeoff, you put your heels to the floor. That keeps you from pressing those brakes. Well, there are no toe brakes on this airplane. The brake is here. So you basically do this for your parking brake and for braking when you taxi and land and all that kind of stuff. And then down here, of course, is the flap arm. And then this is where it gets interesting. So fuel management is going to be important. So there's a left main, right tip, left tip, and then of course off. And the most important thing is just making sure that you balance, right? That's the key. And so you spend a certain amount of time on one of the tanks, then you switch to your other tank, and then you go to your tips. So you usually start with your mains, then you go to your tip tanks. And then throttle, avionics, master switch, and then there's some EGT and some other things. Yeah, just amazing stuff. One of the things I'm happy to have is I don't need as many battery packs, as I have some outlets here. I've got this cigarette lighter outlet that I can put to this camera, and I've got this Stratus dual outlets here that I can put to a camera or to my little Sentry for traffic. Although I really won't need the Sentry because this has ADS-B in and out, and so not only can people see me, but I can see traffic in this Garmin GTN 650. And lastly, you see the oil pressure, oil temp, fuel pressure, amps. So this is right tip, right main, left main, right left tip, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And it has this go around button. Haven't really had a chance to ask about this. Probably will be reaching out to Mr. Terry about what that's all about, because there's just been so much. So yeah, so that is this is my airplane. This is my Piper Cherokee 235 or PA-28 Bravo. And I gotta tell you that, you know, I am clear that there are so many people's shoulders that I stand on that's made all of this possible. And I just think, you know, about even my neighborhood that I grew up in as I was growing up, and the village that we had that I really didn't appreciate until I got older. One of my good friends that I grew up with in Pittsburgh, Samantha Thompson, Goliath woman, what's up? You know, she reached out on the channel the other day, and she was saying how her mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, hey, how you guys doing? You know, were saying how they were proud of me. And that was the thing that was really so phenomenal about my experience growing up as a child, and just all of the support. You know, that's just how it was. You know, people loved on each other's kids, and, you know, we all felt loved and safe and all of those types of things. And that's the environment that creates this. You know, I do this because Mr. Beasley, you know, snitched on us all the time, and Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, you know, loved on us, and you know, Miss Smith, you know, who was definitely like a mom to me. One of my friends / mentors, Chicky, Mr. Tim, Miss Lana, you know, just so many people that just sewed into me that really, you know, if you know, but for them, and of course my amazing parents, I'm not sitting here, you know, in this place. So I just wanted to take time to, you know, show this aircraft and show it from the standpoint of not flexing. This is not about flexing. This is about paying homage, but really it's about showing, you know, how good the Heavenly Father has been to me, all of the people that he's put into my life, all the ways that he's blessed me. And he's blessed me this way, not because I deserve it or I'm not great a guy, but it's just, you know, just his grace and his mercy, you know, and his love have just been amazing. And so this is all for his glory. All the people that he sent are because of, you know, he loved on me. He knew what I needed when I needed them, all of that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to say that, and to just say that, yes, I am ecstatic. If you would have told me that I would be an airplane owner, I would have told you that you have lost your ever-loving mind. But here I sit in my airplane. And so just wanted to run through that real quick. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Again, I'm going to do a deep dive on all the numbers, what I paid, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there will be, you know, videos just for members only, where I talk specifically about dollars and cents, and some of the other things that went into buying this aircraft. So a link is down in the description. You can become a member and, you know, avail yourself of those videos. And if you're not interested, no worries, you know, no pressure whatsoever. I'm gonna keep doing these types of videos on my regular channel as well. All right, so with that, Russ can fly. Russ owns an airplane. A new chapter in the Russ can fly journey for sure. So thank you all for your support, your patience, your love, but most importantly, your prayers. So I thank you. God bless you all. Russ can fly. I'm out. Peace.